So in order to gain feedback, my group and I thought it would be really useful to ask different members of staff and our peers within our sixth form to watch our teaser trailer, the rough cut version, in order for us to gain valuable suggestions and ideas, which would then in turn help us to improve our final trailer. When discussing the weaknesses, so this is the weaknesses that we got from our rough cut. We were told that the entire thing was a little too short. However, most teaser trailers are less than 2 minutes long, and ours was around the 1 minute 40 mark. So we didn't really consider that one too much because we knew that that was part of the brief and it had to be short and snappy because it's a teaser trailer. Also, this came up a few times. We were told that the message on the phone that flashed up too quickly, and because it's a crucial part of our storyline, we were told that it would be better to extend the scene where the phone is being shown, so that the audience really were able to read it. Also, from two different people we got criticism saying that the phone was sideways. For us, obviously we were familiar with the text, so we didn't actually realise that it was difficult to read. However, the audience didn't. Some members of the audience really struggled to read what the message said because it was sideways. So this basically influenced us to change it, and we ended up filming it again, but it was at a straight angle so the audience could see. Another person who watched our trailer, as they were watching it, when the scene of the phone, of the text message popped up, she actually turned her head to the side. So that showed my group and I that we had to change this scene, because she was actually, even though she didn't mention it afterwards when she was giving us feedback, her body language showed that it was difficult for her to read the message. And because the message is so critical and such an important part of our plot, we decided that changing it would be the best option. We were also told that in the rough cut there was a lot of screaming. And this was a bit off-putting because I think in thrillers there's more screaming than there is in horrors, but because this was a horror we needed more icons, which is what we ended up adding. We added the footage of the hands covered in blood and the blood squirt that happened to one of our actresses, Layla, as you guys can see here. We were also told that the text wasn't memorable because the text was literally a plain font. I think it was a Times New Roman font that we originally used. We didn't plan to keep this font plain white, but we just did it just so that we could have a template. However, we were told that it would be really useful if we use the same font that we use on our magazine cover and poster on our trailer as well, because it would link them together and it would provide a sense of consistency so that the audience would automatically know that this was part of the same product. So we did that. There was a scene in our rough cut where the characters were seen rolling the body under a tree, and the reason we did that was because we could not physically dig a grave to put fake dead body inside. So we thought that if we rolled the body we could infer to the audience that obviously they were trying to hide the body. However, we were kind of told that this didn't really work and it was quite unrealistic, so we said we took out that scene and we just replaced it with more scenes of the killer and other more important scenes. So that's one thing that we took out. We were also told that our shots were not tight enough, that our shots were, some of the shots were just a little bit too long. This was really important feedback because at the time I hadn't discovered on Adobe Premiere the precision editing, so I was still trying to edit by eye, but there were these markers that you could put, so you could literally cut your clips to be the same length. So in doing this, in our final trailer, the clips were much quicker, they were faster, they built up tension more, and our teaser trailer just looked better overall because of the tighter editing that was present. So yeah, another person that we asked about our trailer, we asked to sort of give us feedback on our trailer. She said that she was really impressed with it as a whole. She really enjoyed it. She said that there was, especially the lighting, these flashing lights on the girls, she thought that really helped to create atmosphere and some tension.
I love the lighting in parts of it. I thought the lighting was really effective. I thought it built up tension really well.
She also went on to say that there was a good use of black and white within our trailer to represent the flashbacks, and she felt that using this black and white made it really clear to the audience that this happened in the past. We did this in order to not confuse the audience, so they knew that what we were showing was something that happened previously and wasn't happening at that very moment. She said that she liked the end because the shots came quicker, the pace built up, the tension built up, there was more suspense, and she really enjoyed that aspect of our trailer.
My favourite bit, I think towards the end when the shots kind of come in quicker succession, and it helps to build up the tension pretty well.
She understood the storyline really well, and she was able to infer that revenge was taking place because of the text. I know what you did, I've got your friend. She kind of was able to infer from that someone wanted to get back at them for something they had done in the past, so that was really useful.
What do I think the storyline is about? 4 friends that are going to pay. I like that, that's quite good. There's obviously a serial killer, I guess, on the loose, some sort of revenge.
So basically, one of the members of staff said that overall he was really impressed with everything. He felt that it had really, really good energy, and that our scenes were very quick and they built up the pace really, really well due to our choice of music and the different sound effects we used, such as like the heartbeat and the whispering and all the other sounds that we incorporated.
It had energy overall, I think. The music, I thought the accents in the music were really good. I thought the pace of the music within sort of, in the way, just kind of feeding the kind of tenseness of the trailer, the preview, was good. I thought it was good use of music.
His favourite scene within our teaser trailer was the bit where Layla gets dragged. So that's basically when one of the actresses gets pulled by her leg into the bushes. He said that he really enjoyed it because he doesn't. It leaves the audience wondering what happens next. So that was a good comment that we got from audience feedback. He enjoyed the different variety of shots and angles that we used within our trailer as well. He mentioned some like close-ups and wide shots. And he said that it gave the audience a really, really good insight into the films.
I think it was giving you quite a few different angles, some close-ups, some wide angles, so it was giving you a flavour of the film, and maybe wanting people to go further and actually pay the entrance fee at the cinema.
He was also able to identify the genre of our teaser trailer. However, during our rough cut, we didn't really have many icons of horror. We didn't have blood or, you know, anything like that. So it was sort of more like a thriller. And another person who I spoke to after the final was done said that they preferred the second version to the rough cut because it looked more like a horror due to the different iconic elements that we added in.
I really liked the second trailer more because I believe that it looked more like a horror than it looked like a thriller, because the first one had more screaming and shouting in it. Whereas in the second trailer, you could see like elements of weaponry, and also there was more blood, so it looked more like a dramatic horror than it did just a gory thriller.
When looking at feedback from our magazine and poster, we got positive feedback mainly throughout. They really liked our image, especially on the poster. They said it was very powerful and it was different, and the facial expressions were good. The only criticism we did get from that was that one of the girls looked as if she was laughing. However, we wanted her to sort of have that sort of mysterious, sinister facial expression. So that was the vision that we had for our product, and we wanted her to look sinister and scary. And another person, I got him to watch he originally watched the rough cut, and then I filmed him watching the final trailer, and he said that he believed it looked a lot more horror-like because of the iconography, and he knew that it was a hybrid. Also, when we got feedback from some of the females that watched it, they said that they don't think our product would appeal to boys because there's no males can be seen in the trailer. They were quite worried about that, but then after I spoke to another one of my peers, he explained that he really enjoyed it, even though it seemed like it was targeted at girls. He said that it could still appeal to him in some way.
This trailer really appealed to me, even though it was predominantly aimed at teenage girls, well, females in general, because it was a hybrid between like teenage girls and horror. I really liked it because I thought personally that the storyline looked really good. You could see what they were trying to put across, and in general, even though they may have aimed at girls, at the end of the day, like, it can appeal to people of all sexes and ages, as long as you do like horror.
As well as the feedback mentioned previously, my group and I thought it would be important to get feedback on the name of our product, which was Twisted. In doing this, we learnt that the majority of people loved the name Twisted over the other name that we had in mind, which was The Pretty Deadly. The Pretty Deadly was specifically chosen by the three of us because it linked very well with our narrative, as the girls that are seen on our poster and magazine and in the trailer appear to be beautiful and girly. However, they have a deadly past that the audience is yet to discover. Through our audience feedback, we learnt that they didn't really get the name The Pretty Deadly, as it didn't make much sense to them, seeing as they did not know our narrative. Because of this, we thought it very important to change our name to one that the audience would be able to understand. Twisted was picked because it links well with our narrative as well, as the person the audience is led to believe is the killer turns out to be somebody else. In doing this, we were able to cater to the needs of our target audience, and we were able to appeal to them more. They also believed that the name Twisted was more catchy and could stick in their minds for longer. Lastly, after my group and I had the premiere for our teaser trailer, 12 out of the 13 people who took the survey all said that they enjoyed it and they would come to see it in the cinema. Only one person said that they wouldn't come to see it. However, they still said that they enjoyed the experience. And yeah, my group and I really understood the importance of audience feedback, because we needed to sort of cater to what they wanted and what they would expect within our products, because that's who we were trying to appeal to. So we really felt it important, and so we made sure that we asked different people of different ages, like a variety of ages, because our products were 15 plus. So we asked people, anyone over the age of 15, we were asking them, you know, what they looked for. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you were able to see what I learned from my audience feedback. Attached with this blog post, I have inserted the videos of my audience feedback so that you are able to look and see for yourself in more detail.